This is how I made my absolute Wonder Woman sword. First, I bought myself a giant block of styrofoam from the craft store and cut it up to my preferred size. Since I'm not very tall, I also did not decide to do the tall version, or else it would also block everybody else at the convention. Then, instead of painting it, I decided to buy these foils and cover the styrofoam with that foil. Looking back, I realized I should have asked someone for help because it did not end up the way I wanted and not perfect, but that's okay, you know, we learn out of our mistakes. At one end of the block, I cut a little hole and just holed it out to make enough place for my stick. And that stick, that is a wooden stick, I also bought at the craft store, and I also cut that to my preferred size. Then with a second foil that is not as shimmery as the first one, I made a sharp part of the sword. I don't know what it's called, but one side is like different metal. Between the sword and the handle, I made a little longer holder. I don't know what it's called, but I'm just gonna call it holder, and I just made it out of thinner styrofoam and also covered that in the foil and cut another hole in there. I don't know why, but I can't find the footage of how I did these little red blocks of the sword, but that's also just styrofoam cut in half and painted with styrofoam red color. I then super glued that onto the sword. I gave the red parts a layer of glue and lacquer. While it dries, I look if everything is okay and if the stick is long enough. I also gave the stick a coat of glue and then pushed it inside the sword, the hole of the sword, and wrapped brown bandages around it. For the end of the sword, I just made another round styrofoam. I also covered that in foil and super glued that onto the end of the stick. And with a last layer of that lacquer, the sword is finished. It's not perfect, but I like it. I like how it looks, and it's just for cosplay, so nothing that serious for me. It's not my job. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, Batman!